Alright. Alright, hello, hello, hello. Alright, sorry about that. Okay, so we're just kind of getting set up here. And basically this is gonna be about how to do the Ettenmoors, how to PvP, how to excuse me, how to generally get the basics down of your creep and general basics of PvP. Which is not to say that it's hard or super easy either. Just to say that there's a couple things that you generally are going to need to know in order to do the Ettenmoors more or less effectively, especially as you likely are a low-ish rank creep. Or freep. Okay. Elnilio. Alright, cool. Okay, just trying to get them. So, the first thing in the Ettenmoors you're almost always going to want is have voice chat on. It doesn't matter if you can talk, it's so that the other people, the leaders especially, can communicate with you what they want you to do. The second thing that you're going to want to do is you're going to hit the O key. Right? And then you're going to go over to Raid, and you're going to hit the assist window here. And how you're going to turn on voice chat, you're going to hit Control O. Sorry, typing it. Then you're going to go to Audio. It's going to be like this. Audio. And scroll down to Voice. Down to Voice. Then hit Voice Enable. And if you have a microphone, the default button is the letter Z, as in zebra, or Zelda, or zoo. Alright, cool. Alright, can everybody hear me alright?
Yep.
Okay. Let's give some tribe invites here. Okay. See if anybody else is on. Got a couple guys hanging out at Cold Fells, but they appear to be ignoring, which is okay. Alright, so some of you just started your creep. So the first thing, you come out here, grab this quest, talk to Soldier, Grouse, and then you walk back inside and turn that quest back in. Make sure you get that done before you do any, because then it won't let you get any other quests unless you do that. So make sure you do that, and then and then grab basically all the quests that are in here, and we're gonna start doing those. And we're gonna start by flipping lugs, which is short for Lugazag, which is the keep/castle. That is the closest location to the spawn point, Gramsfoot, or Grams for short. And Lugazag, or Lugs, is, you can see it from here. It's got that big white flag. Well, that white flag will turn red, and on the map it'll turn to that red eyeball to show that we own the location. We've captured it. So we're going to meet here at the rock, at the Steps of Grams at the rock, and then we'll head over to Lugs and we'll flip that and show you how to do that. Hey, Tuttle.
Can they hear me?
Yes, we can.
Awesome. Just to make sure.
Yep. If I'm going too fast, like, yell at me.
I'm gonna poison the Hordale River real quick.
Okay. Alright, so let's go head up towards Lugs. Going slow for our Spider and our other Reaver to catch up. So one of the things you guys will have to learn is, and you're all low, most of you are low ranks, but the higher ranks get a tracking item that you can buy when you hit rank 3. So it's, and then it'll let you track us for a certain race. And usually the white names are the names that aren't clearly an NPC. It'll let you, it'll track them. It'll give you a menu like the Hunter track and show you players or whatever. And here's an example that I will, there's that. And that'll track invisible players and everything within 140 meters. So that's about your mini-map is about 40 meters. Or is about 40 meters diameter, and then it'll go 100 in either direction outside of your mini-map. Just like Freeps, you get food and stuff, but it's all rank-based, mostly, so like you get a lot of really cool food at rank 10, and you get one it's not the greatest, but still useful at rank 0. So let's kind of go in here and start clearing it out.
Coming.
So the Reavers are general area of effect classes, which is really nice. Their job is more or less to kind of run in, get a bunch of big hits off at the very beginning, and then die. Especially low ranks, that's generally what their job is to do. So they have a skill that buffs them like insanely until they die, and it kills them at the end if they survive, which is a pretty cool skill to have. Same thing with Defiler gets that, but Defiler's a healer, so you generally don't want to do that on a Defiler.
They're kind of like suicide bombers.
Yeah, they're supposed to fill like the role of champions, where you run in, area of effect, lots of bleeds, lots of damage, lots of really, really good debuffs, such as minus 20,000 armor, which is absolutely devastating to a Freep.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll wait until... Okay, so to lower and raise the... So you can raise the player volume if you click on the actual red speech bubble, and then there's a little, it'll give you a little slider, and you can drag that left and right. Otherwise, you got to go into audio and mess with all that. Alright, so most of us are here. So we'll go in. So how you flip this is, so I'm going to share the quest here. So Lugazag, I'm going to share this. Make sure you have it. It gives you 100 points of infamy, which will help you. And we just have to kill... To get the points for the quest, you just have to kill the main boss. To actually flip the keep, which would be changing it to our side, right, where all bad guy NPCs will be, you have to kill all 3 of these guys in this room. And that's an important distinction. They all have to be dead at the same time. So, let's run in this room. They can't leave this room, so we'll go in here and then we'll kill them. Generally, people hang out in this corner over here because the boss will throw you. So... hanging out in this corner will definitely help. I'm gonna turn on a target assist and then I'll explain how to put that up. So I got raid assist target right here, and we'll give it to you. So we got 2 of those. So to actually turn them on so you can see what like I'm attacking, or what you should be attacking, hit the O key and then go over to the raid tab, and at the bottom right corner it'll say assist window, and then in the middle of your screen that'll pop up. And so later I'll start calling targets and whatnot, but generally try to stick on mine. And Enonton will be there for when I go to like tag somebody with a heal. Alright, there you go. We claimed it. The corpses will need to be looted, so be sure to do that. Be sure to loot those guys, because they do drop stuff, which are useful.
I miss my war.
And so as you can see, everything's now creep, and we got a bunch of quests. Here's a really, really good tip. So, if you don't have the quest items for it, because there's a lot of quests that are super similar, right? If you don't have the quest items, for example, this guy, he wants 10 of these. He wants 10 of each of these, and each keep wants at least 10 of each of those. If you don't have them, don't pick up the quest, right? And if you do pick it up and you're like, oh, I don't have the items for it, just cancel the quest. Because carrying around to like collect this item quest is kind of useless. It takes up space because there's a lot of quests like the one we just did, which is kill this boss. So you want to keep the kill quests in your inventory, and the collect item quests, just keep collecting the items, and eventually you'll be able to automatically turn it in as soon as you pick it up. And that's probably the best way to deal with that, that sort of stuff. So when you're done, you can go out that back door there, and yes, Turd Pops is on pretty much every single day. Crazy comes on a lot. War Tactics comes on a lot. And so if you need a kind of go-to person to help get farm items and all that sort of stuff for quests and whatnot, that'd be a great person to do that with. Questing is important for two reasons. One, it gets you rank. Two, it gets you commendations, which help you with buying stuff as you rank up. And three, which is the most important, it gets you your maps, which, in short, let you teleport like a hunter around the Ettenmoors. And only creeps can do that. Freeps have to walk or ride their horse there. Creeps can teleport around, and you get 16 maps. So it's pretty useful. We'll go and we'll head over to Dargazag, which is a really great place to do quests. Especially if you just, you have all sorts of items and you don't, let's see, and you just, you don't want to like, I don't want to go out and do a bunch of quests, right? Log your character out in DG, Dargazag, shortcutted DG, which is where we're going. And just do the quests. Just turn in, they're all turn-in quests, so just turn in all the items that you get from stuff. And that'll get you really easy rank and really easy points. The commendations are count-bound. So if you're sitting here like, whoa, I don't need commendations, right? Because you're like a rank 15 or you're, you got all the stuff you want. You can go onto your Freep if you're VIP and buy gear as you're leveling. You could buy scrolls, Amphalas scrolls to upgrade your legendary items. And you can even buy legendary items, so... and a couple of cosmetics. A couple really cool cosmetics. But here's DG. It's this place here. And there's a little event. So if you see that on the buff bar, the fragment of Mordirith's crown, and next to it, the watchful gaze, holding the splinter, and the gift of Karak gives your actions more purpose. So there's kind of a capture the flag game between this keep and the other keep, which is on the other side, Ostringder or OR. It basically gives all people on that side buffs. So, for example, we have that 3% buff plus a 2% mitigation buff, so we take less damage and get more infamy and commendations from killing people, from killing Freeps. And Freeps are the good guys. We're creeps. And basically what you want to do, I think it's like 15 minutes. It might be a half an hour. Go over there, grab, like the Freeps, for example, would come over here, kill everybody in this building, all the way up to the boss, right? So they'll be all the way over here, into this back room. And then once they kill the boss, they're able to actually go, this door opens, this gate opens, and they can actually grab those two things in kind of a capture the flag sort of thing, and you'll see it announced in bright yellow, like, oh, Lurzak has grabbed the Gift of Karak for the forces of Angmar, right? And then you just know that they have it. And there'll be a little like image over your head similar to this sun that I have, but it'll be higher up, so you can't hide it. And they'd have to run it all the way back to the other side of the map before, for example, we find them and kill them, or they find us and kill us. And it's kind of a cool capture the flag thing, and it's a lot of fun, especially if there's a lot of people running around fighting over it, trying to get the relics, flip them on one side or the other. If the freaks have both of them, the entire server gets a 3% experience bonus. Like, they gain XP faster, which is really cool. So, as you can see, the creeps have both of them. So when you're done with those quests, grabbing all those quests and whatnot, we will head over to... Do I have the quest? I do not. We will head over to Elf Camp, which is somewhat nearby, and I'll show you where the spawn point is that we got with Lugazag, and then we'll get the Outpost. And this specific Outpost is called ROP. So, 9-year token, you can turn that in at the vendor next to your Clash Trainer in Grams. And it gives you a cosmetic. Just waiting for all these... Okay. We're gonna go head over. Okay, so it'll be like that. So, I think that was an auto flip, which can happen for every once in a while. And it's not enjoyable for that, when that happens. But sometimes if you cross a line, like an invisible line, and all sorts of stuff, it'll do it. It'll automatically do that. So where Turd Pops is, there are NPCs that you can turn in quests to that'll help you flip the keeps, such as lugs. So we'll kill First Marshal on. If somebody who's been playing for a little bit has the quest, that would be awesome.
I sadly don't.
It's okay. Hey, Cam. I don't think anyone has it. But this guy is for one of the quests, and you can grab the quest at Orc Camp, but only when we own TA, which is Tolas Garnon, which is that keep in the middle of the map, and we do own it. But nobody had the quest, which is okay. So we're going to go down to River Outpost, also usually turned into an acronym as ROP.
Are they OP?
Okay. Alright, and as you can see up this hill, there's a white flag, so because they flipped and took Legasag, or it was an auto flip, whatever, this is their spawn point. So if we were to kill them on this side of the river, they would respawn here. And as you can see, there's little guys, Rangers of Estelden. They will kill you in one hit. And they have a skill called Smite, which, like, basically lightning bolts through all of our people and gets us all killed. So, I'll explain Outposts. Outposts are really cool. And I really like them. So, every 6.5 hours, if like a creep or a freep has not flipped it, right? So have not taken control of it, it will automatically flip to this Moss Patch Elder guy, which sucks to solo unless you have healer. It just sucks. It takes forever, and because he gets more defenses and he heals himself, and it's just garbage. Horrible. So how you flip Outposts is you kill the guy, and then that flag you see there, you have to sit there and hit the flag. And Outposts are great because, as you see capturing at the bottom of the screen, they're great because you get an extra buff. So let's see, we have an outpost, Eridor's End Outpost, also known as NOP, I believe. No. Yeah, NOP or AEOP or AOP. There's a lot of different for that. It's also called, sometimes it's referred to as Eisen Outpost, but there is one that's Eisen Deep Outpost, so they can get confused. So I don't call them that. And so now, as you can see, we got a little more mastery buff, another 3,400 tactical and physical mastery, which affects creeps a little bit more than it does freeps, because 3,400 is like nothing on freeps. It's like 2% damage, whereas on us it's like 15% damage, because we don't have a lot of mastery. So here, I'll share some quests for here. If you want to group up on me. So there's those quests. Make sure you got them. And these are generally really easy to solo. And you just kind of come in here, and as a raid, we were just gonna, just kill everything. And this will help you get your brittle leaf seeds, your food sacks. Oh, hey. Oh, okay, that's a creep. I saw a name and got excited. I just see that color and I go, oh, there's someone to kill. Alright, so there's the leader. There's the leader of the guys. And then you can get your food sacks. You don't need the Hoar Hallow Ale, which is so you can just sell that or toss it or whatever. But you do need the brittle leaf seeds, which you can get here, or just from killing hobbits. And you pick these up, and the more seeds you pick up, the faster that the NPCs respawn. So, around this area, so it's also a really good way to get a bunch of just hobbit kills. And Cold Fell's items if you happen to have a group and you're farming them. Alright. Invite you. So we do not have the other outpost. It's referred to as South Outpost, and there's something really cool about South Outpost. South Outpost is the only outpost, for whatever reason, that drops quest items and items. So if the Freaks own South Outpost, it's really good to go and flip it, or really good to go and farm it. Because you can farm Sergeant's Patches, which are probably the hardest friggin' item in the game to get. Because there's not a lot of Sergeants at Arms really anywhere. So, and it costs, and the quest makes you turn in 10 of them. So, like, I can do it for 2 days. Thank you for the 5 likes. Yeah, Ostringder's a good place, and this one right here. If you stand, turns out if you stand right here in the entranceway, after you kill them, only the sergeants will spawn, and their little hunter guys that are with them won't spawn, so you can just sit there and farm them and farm and farm them. Because I guess when the sergeants spawn, they immediately get into combat and are unable to use their summon skill that they use at combat. Six likes. Thank you, thank you, thank you. As you can see, we got 4 Sergeant's Patches from that. And then we'll flip this one too. Make sure you all have the quest. And we'll do it. So then next, we're gonna go to Grimwood. Yeah. So I'll grab that quest there. And does any of the returning players have 100-ish feathers? Sun-touch tail feathers?
Feathers?
Does anyone have a little bit more than Turd Pops does? Or we can give him all to Turd Pops, and we can let him... Because I believe it's 75. So let's see, 54, 60... Yeah, if the 3 of us give it to him... Yeah, give your Sun-touch tail feathers to Turd Pops. And we'll go over here to this place called the Spider Den, Spider Lair, it's Weaver's Den, and so this is one of those NPCs that'll help you fight Lumber Camp, and you can actually solo Lumber Camp with them, especially if the other spider is still over at Lumber Camp. Oh, it's 85. Okay, yeah, it's 85. So don't worry about... but if you have feathers, please give it to Turd Pop so he can turn it in. And you get to see... He's got 76, he needs 10 more, 9 more. And we got feathers. Okay. And don't worry about it. Does he have enough? Still 76? Turd Pops is right here, by the way, on my target. Hey, Nathan. Sweet. Alright, so Turd Pops is going to turn the end, so slow down before you go into that keep yet. I want to show you, so the spider, he's going to head over there. He's got 1.5 million, level 120, Nemesis. Pretty good, very useful help. So as you can see, this spider here, Karagadal, she is also here, and she just happens to be because the remains of the quest, she was kind of left. So Gorgris is going to run inside. And we can kill. And I like to fight him in here just cause, like, there's not really a point, but you could take these NPCs and pull them outside to Karagadal, which is that other giant spider, and you'd have 2 giant spiders fighting them, and that's generally how you're going to want to do it when you solo it. This flag up here. There we go. And as you can see, what's his face despawns when we kill him, when he gets out of combat, so be very careful about that. It's going to switch in a couple seconds. I heard somebody ranked up, so congratulations on whoever ranked up.
I did.
And then this is more like collect quests, so if you don't have the items, don't worry about it. Okay. So this guy right here has a escort the spider mission. However, since she is already here, Karagadal, we will not be able to do that quest until she dies. So let's head up to... Ooh. Let's head up to Toll, Garnon, or TA.
I can share the quest since I have it, and you can turn it back into Soldier Call. Since she's already here.
Okay. So let's kill these guys. We're just going to run through, kill all these guys, and you'll understand why in a little bit. We need to kill a lot of them for a quest. And you can kill the boss if you want to. You don't need to, but you can. Yep, Camder Hall. Fly the flags. So we need to kill 20 of these guys. So wiping these guys, then running in, grabbing all the quests, and then going out will get us all our items we need. Hey, go fuzz yourself. How are you doing today? Alright, so we'll head over to the keep. And really, any item, anything that's glowing, like this fallen log, is a quest item that you can run around and pick up, so it's something that you need. So if you find you're bored, right, there's not a lot of freeps out, right, you've done a bunch of quests, and you just need to collect stuff, maybe you can't kill these thistledowns by yourself, you can run around and collect those logs and sticks and all that sort of wonderful goodness. So these Norbogs, you need pretty much everything that they drop. Yep, there you go. Grumbling and Rumbling. And armor for the Lessers. And there's a lot of Norbogs, not just this little section right here. Like I said, we'll just run through, wipe it all, get you all some quest items, get you some rank, start all those questing deeds. Yep. So looks like Lumber Camp just auto-flipped, which kind of sucks, but that's how auto-flips work. They suck. And us crossing up into Tolis Garnon territory allowed it to do that, activate that stupid auto-flip thing. And because we have such a large group, that really affects it. We'll go around here.
I do have a crap ton of quest items, though, if anyone does need them.
And I know Turd Pop says the same, and the same with Rui and Warg Tactics. I have a lot, but I don't have a lot of what people, like, actually need. So come over here. There's more over here. Get it? More. In the moors. There's more. What do you mean there's more over here? There's moors everywhere. So, there's a cool thing with all of the keeps, castles, etc. That, so when you turn in the ore and the oils, at the very front of the castle, it'll make a giant cauldron, which if people were to enter from the freep side, right, because we're creeps, it would give, if they were to walk in the front door, like say of this castle, it would drop a bunch of boiling oil, you know, and fire, and do a ton of fire damage. It's like a 20k or 30k hit or something. So it's not absolutely massive, but it is enough to be, you know, quite, and it's like a bunch of 2k ticks after that for like 60 seconds or something, 30 seconds or something. And so that's why it's important, especially when there's a lot of PvP going on, to do the quests. And a lot of people will. These flags in here will actually show you where we're at. So for example, blades for goblin arrows. We're at 1 out of 10 shatter blades collected. And same with the iron. And same with the oil. And same with the arrow shafts. And so this keep also has a bonus, has the arrow shafts and arrows. And usually the arrow shafts get missed out, but the arrow tips don't. But when you do have it, it's pretty crazy, because as soon as you enter the keep anywhere, you start taking damage over time, dots, from these arrows that are shooting from the walls. And it's like a 5k per tick every 2 seconds or something. So it's not a huge hit at the beginning, but it starts doing a lot over time the more you're in there. So if you are defending, you want to keep them definitely in that front entrance and in the side hallways of the keep, because they'll be constantly shot with arrows. As you can see, these arrow slots that are in the side. And they'll be constantly shooting arrows. Congratulations! You're rank 1. So we'll go over to... We'll go over to TR and kill Goldie, which is a bear, and that's his short. His name is Old Goldhead, but it's everyone calls him Goldie. Just waiting for everybody. Don't want to get anyone left behind. Okay. Yeah. The one reason why I keep letting us group up, when you're fighting freeps, it is very, very, very important to stay together as a group or stay close. Because otherwise, if we're in a big, long line spreading across the map, they'll just kill us all super easily and super fast. So we'll go over here, kill all these Norbogs, then we'll kill these other Norbogs, we'll kill all of the cows again, I call them cows. And then you should be able to have enough to turn in those quests that you had. But we'll go over to TA next, or sorry, TR next, which is Tirith Ra, which is the eastern side, and currently is ours. So we do not have to fight it. So we'll head over here to the south. Kill all those cows again. Get our hides that we need. There's a fallen sapling if anybody needs it. Just killing everything here. So I see somebody activated Fellowship Maneuvers. So Fellowship Maneuvers are actually a lot different on Creep. You don't want to have matching Fellowship Maneuvers, and I'll give you an example of one. So we'll do a 6, I'll just show you a 6 one. So as you can see, it's clearly not matching. So it's almost better to just randomly click one on a Fellowship Maneuver than it is to try to match. And some super specific ones will summon like a spider, or they all summon like spiders or something, which will be like, it's like an 80k spider that does pretty big damage. Let me see. The Weaver's Trap or whatever. Yeah. Your Warband's Malice draws a spider to you as you fill your foe's body with poison and decay. And so it's like, it's just a thing that it does. It's pretty cool. You can't use them on players anymore, which sucks. But like if you're in a keep and you're fighting a lot of freeps or something, the effect can hit a freep or can hit a creep, right? If you're doing the same thing on a freep. Because once you start getting to those 4, 5, definitely the 5 and 6 string maneuvers, they become area of effect. And so they hit all the people that are in the area. Generally. So we can actually go in the back door here of this keep. So Goldhead Must Die is the quest you want to grab. If you have a lot of Troll Stone and whatnot, that other dude over there is probably going to be the great guy to turn into. A great quest to have, Bedding of Bears, because we'll do that. Flay the Free Peoples is just kill 20 Freep NPCs. That's a great quest to do every day when you can. It's just kill 20 NPCs. Alright, so I'll wait outside the back door here real quick. I gotta go AFK for a minute.
This lag is so bad.
Okie dokie. Alright, let's go up there and kill that boss, get some hides, and those Morning Thaw Warden kills. Oh, is somebody lagging? So...
My leg is broken.
So, for anybody who may or may not be lagging, right? You still want to PvP, all that stuff, right? The couple of good things is, well, one, maybe consider getting a new computer, but if you don't have the funds to get a new computer, what you can do is you're going to open up your options and go down to social and actually click on these effect display options and click all 4. And you might not even want effects cast by you, so you can just have that unchecked. So, show only dispellable effects, and that'll be like stuff like bleeds and whatnot that show up for you. And if you have the selection one, that'll be only, it won't even show up for your group. And that'll be that'll remove a lot of the lag. Alright, let's get a couple more bears. I barely didn't finish the quest.
That wasn't honey.
I said I barely didn't finish it. Okay. Let's go back into the keep and we'll turn in the quests and we'll be like, yay, and then we'll go to the next location. Maybe a couple other people rank up. But as you can see, when you start turning in these quests, you're getting some deeds. And those deeds will let you unlock the map, and I think you gotta do like 45 quests. You obviously can't get that in one day. But once you do all the quests, right, you will get all of these map skills. So make sure when you get that deed to go back to Graham's, turn in to the guy that you turn in the Outpost quest to, and pick up the map. It's going to go into your pending loot. So if you turn in a quest, you're like, hey, what the heck is this? Check your pending loot and pick up that map, because then it'll unlock the map skill. It used to go into your inventory, now it goes into your pending loot. So make sure you loot that. Otherwise, you got to pay some money to get it back. And that's really frustrating. And all the maps go to different locations, so you might get a crude map to Lugazag, for example. Right, that goes to one spot. The poor map to Lugazag goes to another spot by Lugs. And the good map to Lugazag goes to a different spot by Lugs as well.
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't have my group map to lug because it got destroyed from pending loot.
Yep. So we're gonna go up to Osterringder, and I'll show you what the Capture the Flag thing's like. They don't have the items, but yeah. Yeah, Audacity. I'll talk about that when we get to the other side of the when we go back and are looking at the stuff to buy with our accommodations for the people that ranked up. And there's also a deed here, so we'll get you all a really cool title. Pretty fancy title for killing basically everything in OR. There's specific guys to kill, but it'll get you some accommodations and a title and whatnot. So that'll be that's always nice to have. Okay. 5 views! 5 viewers and 6 likes, oh my gosh. Yeah, this is a great place for sergeants patches as well. Just kill all the sergeants. These, there's like 5 of them right here, I believe. Yeah, that first martial deed is what we're going to be doing when we get inside, so don't run in too fast, because we got a bunch of people out here trying to kill stuff too. Alright, and we'll go in. Regroup all up and get as much area of effect, kill everything that you possibly can, tag everything. Yeah, it's kind of slow on creep because they have most creeps only have single target, and you get maybe one really weak area effect. Good job. I'm gonna go up the stairs here. And here comes another first marshal. Make sure to tag him, hit him, so you get points for the deed. Really? Yeah. Alright, so I'm going to share the other quest. And this one will not automatically turn in. You have to turn it in at grams when you go back. So remember to do that. And this first marshal's the last one we need to kill. And he's also good to kill first because he will heal the NPCs. And that's never any fun, especially if you're in a smaller group that can't out DPS it. Or if you're time crunching.
A fun thing that you want to know is that this first line where the floor connects, if the range targets the first marshal, Grimbeld, and only him, and pulls him over, it won't aggro the other two, and you can kill him first without aggroing all of them. And they have like a 10-minute respawn timer.
Alright, first marshal has, or the captain general has a couple skills that make him invincible, so make sure to keep him interrupted and whatnot, stunned, etc. if you can. It's like, it's not super annoying, but especially if you're in a small group it could be really annoying because he does a lot of damage. So right here, just like in DG, this is where the relics would be. Someone, usually the tankiest person that doesn't have inductions, so like maybe a weaver, maybe a, oh, what's it called? Generally a weaver, a warg, or a reaver you're going to want to have pick it up, just because then they can still attack. Yep, reaver, weaver, warg. As you can see, the sergeants respawned, so we're good to kill them again and get those patches. Oh, lag. Okay. So let's go over to TR, TR, and we'll turn in the quests that we've completed. And then we're going to head up to the Eisendeep and Grotham and show you about those little areas. Oh! I will see about the delving, because I don't know if I want to do that today, or if I want to do it next week. Or next Ettenmoors Academy. In short, the delving is kind of this underground zone, which is also in the moors. And it gives you buffs, and it's kind of like a way to quick travel without running over land. Yeah, it's kind of like a squished version of up here, which is really nice if you need to get somewhere fast and don't have maps, or don't want to specifically map to a certain location. Hey! Our spider friend, Damdrelon is now rank 1. Good job. Almost 1/3 of the way to rank 8. I'm exactly a little over halfway to rank 11. Excuse me. Okay, we're gonna head up to Grotham, which is the creep equivalent of the Whore Hollow, HH, which is where we were with all those hobbits. As you can see, if you check the map, it's kind of a double reflection. If you were to cut it into forts, and it's a double reflection of itself. If you own Tirithra, at the top of this hill, formerly called, every once in a while you see it, it's formerly called, I believe, Candy Mountain. I don't remember why. It will give you, you'll spawn there. It's where they used to do 1v1s, but they put the spawn there. Okay, I'll wait for you guys here. So here's another outpost. And in front of us is Eisendeep Mine, if you look straight down. Up that hill to the left, the direction I'm facing, is where the birds are and Gollival and stuff for a side quest. We'll do that later. But we're going to go up this way, the opposite direction of which I was facing. And we're going to go up into Grotham. And if you're ever, like, super bored or lonely or whatever, like, Freeps come out here all the time just to solo quest. So if you want to, like, sit here and wait, if you want to have a camping spot for Freeps, this is generally a spot that you want to wait. Yeah, Spider and Warg are really good for it. Reaver, you can do it, it's just not really a good idea. Unless you know you could win. As you can see, there's quests here as well. Some of them are kill stuff, some of them are collect things, so... One of them is go down to HH and kill hobbits. Hey, congratulations! You ranked up to rank 3. Rabid Freak Killer. But there is an escort mission that the Freeps have, right here, Alf Earthenway. And they will come in here frequently and do this quest. So just be aware of that. Alright, I'll wait on the west entrance, and then we'll go into Eisen Deep. And we'll flip that. I have the quest. So to do that one where it's dwarves in the mine, there's a couple places you can go. Kill the menace in the mines, there's a couple places you can go. So we'll do the menace in the mines and just kind of show you where it is all over the place, because it is all over inside. I don't want to do the Drake one today because the Drake one you gotta wait for respawns, which suck. But here's a cool thing about this entrance here. It is always either unguarded or has creep mobs. So if you just don't want to fight and you want to come in and do these side quests, right, you can do your Menace in the Mines here. Let me set that to free for all. And then there's more up this way. Then there's all these Eisen Deep miners kind of around the place. So generally keep an eye out for them. These Coldveil Sergeants unfortunately do not drop Sergeant's patches, so you can't really farm them. Yeah, and the dwarves give a lot of Eisen Deep ore, so if you need, you can run in here and kill dwarves if it's blue, or if you do not own the keep, or if the freaks don't own the keep, you can always, easily just run around and collect the ore containers, or there's a location where you can actually sit down and just farm the orcs, or the dwarves, excuse me. Oh, someone ranked up. Congratulations. As you can see, there's a lot of Anorian Skarn here, so if you're on a Freep and you're VIP, you can actually run around in here and pretty easily get a bunch of Anorian Skarn. A little bit of lag there. There you go. Hey, another person ranked up, Justin Reaver. Good job on rank 2.
Thank you.
Alright, so there's a couple quests here. We're going to grab Grounding Gollival, which is going to be from this guy right here. And that's generally the only one that you're really going to easily be able to do. You got yours in Osgiliath, didn't you? But during nighttime here, so if you look on the top right corner of the screen where it says the little moon thing, if there's a moon, there's going to be a bunch of trolls here, which make your life really easy. If it's the sunlight, there's going to be a bunch of those white snow polar bears, which makes it a little bit harder, but... Ooh. Unbound sturdy steel key. But you can actually, if you need to solo him, that camp, that fireplace down at the bottom of this hill right here where those trolls are, you can actually grab Gollival and drag him all the way down there. If you need to solo it and need some help with some NPCs, and the trolls will help you kill it. If you are worried that freeps are going to come and attack you also, and you can solo all of this, you can grab all this stuff, and you can actually go over here and hide behind this rock here and fight them all. It doesn't happen a lot, but yeah, usually freeps will miss that. They'll be like, oh, creep killed everything. So, they'll miss that. Sometimes there will be ones that check, so be very careful about that, because then now you got a bunch of NPCs and some freeps on you. So we'll go back and turn that in. And then we'll go up to Grotham, do those turn-ins. And then I will show you the, oh, what's it called? The, Eisendeep Miner spawn. If you happen to want to farm Dwarf Beards and, Eisendeep ore, and sometimes a little bit of, Barrels of Oil. If you happen to want to farm that stuff, I can show you that. And then we'll head back to Graham's. Actually, we'll head over to Lugs, flip Lugs again, make sure it's ours. And then we'll go back to Graham's. And I'll show you the leveling up. The ranking up as you've ranked up. So go ahead and do your turn-ins here. If you got 20 feathers, you can turn those in. You probably only have about 15 to 16, so which is okay. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead up to Grotham. Just go to Grotham and do those turn-ins. Remember to hit that like and subscribe button, by the way, for more, like, some more or less how-to live streams, and other, you know, LotRO, Destiny 2, Stellaris, you know, whatever kind of stuff, live streams. We got more over here. These guys actually won't target you if you don't attack them first. They'll threaten to attack, I believe. They won't, but they won't actually attack you. So if you just need a specific guy, you don't have to go in murdering everything. You can just go get your one guy. Thank you for liking number 7. Alright, and we'll go ahead and turn these in, and then we will... I don't feel like walking around anymore. We will use our maps to grams. Grams foot. Crude map to grams foot, or map to grams foot if you have it. And we will go and turn in all the stuff that we have to turn in there. So if you have your map to grams foot, go ahead and... So then you're going to go to your class trainer once you turned everything in. So Urix and Orcs are going to be by me, where you spawned in, and you got your monster play trainer. And the first thing you want to do is go to passives, get your free passives. Then you probably want to do your active, because that's just like more skills. And then you got your traits. You have appearance. Don't really worry about that. You got class traits. May or may not have some corruption traits. I don't really want to talk about that yet. But right now you'll have one called Audacity. And Audacity is pretty useful. It's pretty cheap. So get it up to like rank 13 if you've got enough commendations for it. Then it starts being super expensive. And Audacity raises your damage by 1% for Audacity level. It goes up to 25. It lowers the amount of time that you get stunned when you get stunned, which is great. Very, very good to have. And it raises your mitigations a little bit, but not really. Then if you have points left, you should find somebody that plays your class that's a higher rank in your class and talk to them about what kind of corruptions you should use, what kind of class points, what kind of race points, or just figure it out yourself, which is also an option. On War Leader, I have Health for Power 1, Health for Power 2, I've got 6 physical mitigations, I have 3 resistance, and I have 1 crit rating boost. So I have all this extra, I have a bunch of mitigations and a bunch of morale. And then I have a bunch of other things to raise my crit chance and healing and mitigations as well. So that I can do a really good job healing. Reaver, I also play Reaver. I personally say put 6 physical mitigation boosts, 3 crit rating, and 3 mastery. You'll get killed by Rune Keepers and Lore Masters, but you generally just need to be able to get in and go toe-to-toe with those melee guys. So, but first thing, you should probably get your Audacity to the 13, and then get your active skills before you start getting your corruptions. All right. Okay. That's a good. Very nice thing. So you saw me mention earlier that, oh hey, Lugazag was probably an auto flip. Lumbercamp was probably an auto flip, right? Where it means like there was no players there actively going in, killing the boss, and flipping it. Well, Outposts, as you can see by this down here, the free people claim the Outposts in the south, will only ever say that they've been flipped if they've been flipped by a player. Unless it says the forces of the Delving of Frore have claimed the outpost. So if it says the free people claim an outpost in the south, then that means the Freeps, there are free people, Freeps, players, went and flipped that outpost. Outpost will never auto-flip. So we'll go.
What did you say the Reaver was supposed to get?
Did you get your active skills that you could get?
Which one? The Disarm or Thundering Blow?
Whichever one you think is cooler.
Okay. Got it. Next.
How many commendations do you have?
I've had 45.
45?
545.
Okay. Don't just save them. You need 1,000 for.
Okay. Got it.
All right. I'll do a ready check, see if people are here, and if not, we'll go and fight that like 1 or 2 people who are there, and then I have to actually go to the Sounders soccer game in Seattle, so it'll be fun. Alright. We're gonna head down that way.
Yeah, I need to go on myself. I'm sorry, guys. I have to log off.
No problem. Like, do what you gotta do. I'm just gonna go down there,
Thank you for the help.
fight these freeps at River Outpost, apparently. And probably die horribly. And then, my dog. And then log out and go do my thing. Man. Everything's changing. Get him. Who's the captain? Okay. Apparently we're gonna grab all the NPCs. Yeah. There we go. We got a kill on a freak. So, he might be back, because they have that spawn point right next to us, so be careful. Yep, he's right outside. If you're not currently flipping it. There we go. So, just so you all know, I really do not like sitting and camping a spawn point, such as the one that's right there, because it gets really boring and then the person will just map out and quit. Or a group of people, especially when we have 10 people here. But it's just no fair. And it's not fun for them, it's not fun for us. So what I'll do is, as Camder Hale suggests, is that I'll usually keep like 1 or 2 wargs kind of here. Maybe 1 warg, and I'll go flip the keep. And then when we flip it, the wargs will run in, tag the guy, and then the one-shotters will kill him. Or tag the group, and then the one-shotters will kill him, and we'll get all the points. Sometimes, I'll just go off and be like, okay, well, yeah, screw whatever I don't want to sit here and camp them. I'll just run off and, go do whatever that I was going to do. Go flip another thing. Go, do some quests, whatever. But today, I am going to end the stream and I am going to log out because I have to eat lunch and go to a soccer game. So, I will see you all probably on this weekend because I have to, I've got a lot of catching up to do as I was, and still am a little bit, but as I was sick most of this last week. So I will see you all later. I hope you had fun. I hope you learned something. And we'll do the next one probably either next week or in 2 weeks, depending on time. Thank you. And also, if you're if I haven't seen you before, I got a Discord I can invite you to. Actually, join one or both of the Discords that are in the message of the day.
All right. Also, a hunter has joined the cabby. They are heading